Welcome. I am so thrilled to be here today with Katrina to talk to you about her journey outside of education to land an amazing career. Hey, Katrina, how are you? I'm so excited to see you today.
Hi, Cindy. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
It is my absolute pleasure. So, we were just talking offline before about how much you love your new job. So, what are you doing right now?
So, I am working at a local university. I am a program manager there for an accelerated skills training program. So, it's a little bit different pathways that students can take, not your traditional pathways like college. It is a college, but the classes that they're taking are a different pathway, meaning that they're learning trades. And I'm the program manager over three specific trades: HVAC, facilities maintenance, like being able to be the manager of an apartment complex or a resort, and carpentry.
That is fantastic. And there are a lot of other alternatives. Like college is not the right answer for every student. There's a lot to be said about alternatives and trade schools.
Oh, 100%. And that is what really excited me about this position is because I have three children myself, and only one of them have really gone the traditional route into college. And so seeing the other like trades and also having a family that is in construction myself, I was really excited to kind of marry two different worlds, like the education side that I have grown to love and I'm actually really good at, and the side that I've grown up around. So it's been almost like a coming home for me. So I'm really enjoying it.
I love that you found something that is so perfect for you. Right? Oftentimes teachers think that when they leave education that they'll never find something that matches everything that they're looking for in life. This is really awesome for you.
Yeah, it really is such a blessing and a blessing in disguise, that I was able to land in a role that honestly I wasn't even really looking for, to be honest.
So how did you find it then if you weren't really looking for it?
Yeah, so a little bit about our time together, I guess I could go into. I had called you a year ago, actually, like almost this month, I think has been a year ago, and said, I'd really like for you to like take a look at my resume and things like that, and give me some advice on like what I'm doing wrong because I had been applying just to like different curriculum companies. So a little bit of my backstory is that I've
So
been in
let's
education.
just tell everyone for 1 second before we go too far is that it did
Okay.
not take you a year of us working together to
No, it
get
did
the
not.
job. It took
It did not.
11 weeks of us working together for you to get the job. Now let's go back to the rest of the story.
Correct. So, yes, I'm so glad that you intersected there. So I've been in education for 13 years. The last 5 years I've spent as an instructional coach. So, with that being said, those skills were very easily transferable to a program manager. Basically the
Definitely.
same thing, just a different title.
Yep.
At the time, I wasn't unhappy with being in education. I was just at a stalemate kind of in my career. I had reached the pinnacle of where I could go where I was at the time. I did not want to become an assistant principal or a principal. I was an instructional coach, and the only way up for me was to either move out of that setting or decide to go back to school and get my doctorate or a different master's degree to become an assistant principal. Again, didn't want to do that. So I'd started looking last year. School came up, and I texted you back and I said, I'm not ready yet. I want to actually finish out this year. Just for my own moral integrity, I wanted to like end on a high note. I really do have this firm belief in whatever you start, also you should finish well. And I just really wanted to do that. And I did finish well, to be honest. And so then I called you back in January. I had kind of plotted out like how long I had researched how long it takes people to get jobs. And I thought, okay, I can give myself about 5 or 6 months. Again, it didn't take that long, but I thought, let me get started. So I contacted you again in January or February, and we started looking at everything. I just started really listening to all of the success stories that had seen you post on YouTube and on LinkedIn.
And now you're
And
inspiring other people with yours.
yeah, thank you. I remember actually like listening to the second one and thinking like I'm gonna be one of those one day. So, I don't know if I manifested it or not, but I'm gonna believe that I did. So, um, so anyway, so I contacted you and going through the modules, like I really hit the ground running with going through the modules. I got through all 12 of them within like 2 weeks because I really listened to them on my drive to work and on my drive home. Listened, not watched, listened. And I think the biggest thing that like opened my eyes were the ones about looking for a job and the different possibilities out there. I was strictly, whenever I first met you, looking at only curriculum companies because I thought, well, my master's degree is in instruction and curriculum. Wouldn't it make sense that I go to a curriculum company? Not really wanting to write curriculum, but I knew I wanted to either, or I thought I either wanted to be like a trainer for that. And so I started looking at just training jobs. But then as I listened to the modules, I heard you talking about program manager, project manager, all of these other titles that I had never even thought of at all. And so whenever I started the actual process of applying, I started just going like, you know what? I think I think these skills are transferable. And meeting with you, you were like, they're definitely transferable, and let's make your resume where you can reflect that. And so I did, and I honestly applied for this job kind of on a whim. Like, and I had applied for 20 other jobs before applying to this one. And it just ended up working out so well. So, yeah, that's where we're at.
Well, I am so proud of you. First off, it worked out so well because, like, you did the work, right? We
Oh,
targeted the resumes, we targeted the
yes.
cover letter, we practiced a lot with the interviewing. I remember you texting me and talking about they were asking you a question about the construction and your knowledge, and you're like, hey, I have this in my family, so I know how to answer this. So, it worked out so well because of how hard you worked at it, right?
Yeah.
All 12 modules done in the first 2 weeks, right?
Mhm.
I also love that you pointed out, and I think that it's valuable for teachers to realize this, that you can still be happy in your job and still want more, right? That you
Yeah.
don't have to, like, you weren't miserable, you weren't unhappy, but you're like, I've plateaued. This is as far as I can go. I want to look for something else.
Yeah,
Okay.
of course. I think it's always important in your life to be always looking to progress forward
I
and
agree.
not being stale and like and also I think that specifically in the program that I got into whenever I did interview, they were during the interview process telling me, hey, we're also looking to progress and we're looking for some fresh breath in this program. So having someone come from the outside that's not what we traditionally hire was really inspiring to me as well.
And that is so important to know, right? That
Mhm.
companies, a lot of companies are looking to not just replace cookie cutter with the same person they had before, but
Yeah.
to get some new ideas, some fresh breath in what they're doing. And
Yeah.
that's where you came in.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been really, really neat.
So how is life better?
Oh man.
We'll make this a really, really long video so you can tell everybody. How is life
Yeah.
better?
Cindy, like, I can't even explain. So, one of the things I often heard on your success stories was the whole work-life balance. That has dramatically changed. There's no more bringing my laptop home to do work. I literally leave work at work, number one. Number two is I went from, what I guess the industry would call program managing, about 60 teachers to now 3 instructors. And so just the workload itself is just much lower. It's just far less stressful. I mean, really, that's the number one thing. It's just far less stressful. I feel like whenever I come home, I can actually spend time doing the things that I enjoy, going for a walk, or I also am a yoga instructor on the side. And so, like, being able to spend more time doing the things that really give me a balance in my life.
So you have a job where all of your life has improved.
Yes, 100%. All of my life has improved.
And your
Yes.
relationships, your family must notice it.
They do. They just sense that I'm less stressed. Working in a school setting, again, loved it. So not, downplaying that it was not a good situation to be in, but I can say that as many educators will know, the minute you step on campus, it's like you step into like kind of putting out fires all day long and the chaos of that. And I've got to say that the actual first week that I started my new job, I came home in the evenings and I would tell my fiance, like, I almost feel like something is wrong. Like, my body is going like, why weren't you so stressed all day? And so it's like I'm actually physiologically trying to figure out like, okay, this can be my new normal. And so it's actually taken a little bit of time to adjust to that and not feel like I needed to be so stressed out in the morning. So pro tip, I did find for myself, because I didn't have a way to expel that nervous energy, is that I just started waking up an hour earlier and going for a walk, and that has really helped a lot.
Oh, that's great for it's great for your body, it's great for your
Yeah.
mind, it's great for your emotions. Yeah.
Well, I was doing it in the evening before, but now I'm just like, I just have to get the energy out in the morning so I don't feel like something's missing. And I'm sure that my body will get used to it over time, but right now I just needed it. So,
So, what is your advice for anybody that is looking for a new career, looking to pivot out of education or make any sort of adjustment in their career?
well, the first advice I would have for you is open up your mind to all of the different possibilities, because companies out there, granted, I went into another company that is education, but it is a different type of
Very
education.
different education.
Um, but open up your mind to the possibilities that all the skills that we possess as educators are transferable and really looked for and from other companies as well. I was told repeatedly, like, we want people that come from an education field because you just have such a skill set. You're able to um, deal with a high pressure situation. You know how to forge new relationships and build relationships and trusting relationships. You know how to deal with customer service, even though we don't consider parents and students customers.
I'm
Man,
sure
these
that you've
skills
dealt
that
with
you
at least
build.
one angry parent over there
A
weekly.
hundred, 100%. And so they really do value the skills that educators bring, and they're looking for that more so than I ever would have believed. And the other thing I would say is really do the work. Pour yourself in at the very beginning if you're going to use you and your resources, obviously. Pour yourself into that. Learn as much as you can up front and then apply, apply, apply. It's going to feel like you are applying so much, but like you really need to put yourself out there as much as you can, because the return on the investment is just invaluable.
Well, thank you so much. I am so happy for you. I'm so excited for you, and
Thank
you are
you.
going to reach unparalleled success at this new career. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Of course, and thank you, Cindy, for all of your help. I really don't feel like I could have done it without you, and so I am eternally grateful for everything you've done for me.
Oh, thank you so much. And we worked it out perfectly, right? We got you just before our last session. We were together for 12 weeks, and just before the last session, that's when you got
Yes,
the job offer.
it worked out. It couldn't have been better timing. It worked out perfectly for sure.
Well, thank you so very much.
Thank you, Cindy.